how much is your business actually really worth? That's a thought that goes through most entrepreneurs' minds. You see, one day it's going to end. You're either going to die or you're going to sell the business. And actually, if you go through the process of building a business to sell, even if you don't want to, you're going to build something of much more value. So in this video, I want to give you 12 top strategies to massively increase the value of your business should you wish to come to sell it. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how much I think my business is worth based on these strategies I'm actually putting into practice. Most business owners don't think about this. They think about it at retirement. No. Let's think about exit from the beginning. Let's go. If you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do yourself a favor, massage the like button as well so the YouTube algorithm goes wild in applause and shows you more of my videos to help grow your business. Go on, click it till it goes blue. Before we go into valuing your business and the top tips, I actually want to look at what do most people, entrepreneurs, business owners, value their business from the outset. What's the number? And I've got this on the next sheet behind the blue sheet. Usually it's a multiple of profit. So if a business is making £10,000 a year, what's the multiple someone's prepared to pay for that business? Now, before we go any further, I would like to thank my sponsors, Capital on Tap, who are just a fantastic business credit card service that I use in my business. Really good for tracking expenses, especially if you've got multiple employees like me. You can see it all on the app. And for every pound your employee or you spend on your business, you can help yourself to 1% cashback or even Avios points that can help yourself to first-class flights to go around the world. And the world is going back to normal, so you're going to be wanting to collect those Avios points, especially if you're like me. I travel a lot for work. I'm going to be going to India, to my factories where we make lots of products, and I can go first class and save the business cash. That's a fantastic way of using Capital on Tap. And also you get 56 days interest-free credit. So you can spend up to £100,000 subject to a credit check on your business. So no personal credit checks as well. I flipping love it. It's a great service. They're really good people. I thoroughly recommend them. There's a link in the video description. And if you sign up to Capital on Tap, you get £100 worth of free cash. Well, that's a business credit card that you want in your back pocket. Right, let's have a look. What's the usual multiple of profits that most people value their business? Now, I've asked other business owners, and this is usually what happens. It's 3.5 times. So if your business is making 10 grand, you get 35 grand at valuation for it, plus SAV, which is called stock at valuation. In reality, I know loads of people that ain't even getting 3.5 times their business. But when you look on Google and you see some newspaper articles about someone that sold their business for many more multiple times profits. So why do a venture capitalist, why does a private institution investor, why does a bank or a big business want to buy another company? And what are the things or the attributes that will make them pay way more than 3.5 times? Now, if you're an entrepreneur and a business owner and you're putting in the hours and you're sacrificing your own life to build this enterprise, you want to make sure you're putting your time, effort, and energy into something that's going to get way more than 3.5 times value. So let's have a look of how we can achieve that. Number one is property. If you own a business and you've also got a freehold in the business, that could be really attractive to some people, especially if you're a brick and mortar business. So for example, say you're a pub and you've only got a 5-year lease, then you might just ignore loads of buyers. Doesn't matter how profitable you are, they're just not interested in you because there's not a good property deal. So some people are prepared to pay a premium for a business if there's a freehold property involved. So that's another way of increasing the value of your business. Now, we're talking about leases right now. Sometimes people will pay a premium up to 10 times. I've even heard 15 times for a really good lease in a really good location. Maybe you've got a lease on Regent Street or Oxford Street with a really good low rent because you've had it for 50 years as a business. You're prepared to sell that lease for a premium. That's another way that people are prepared to pay for your business. So if you can get really good leases, really good property deals, you can increase the value and the multiple that your business is worth. Scarcity. Maybe you've got a particular license that allows you to trade and those licenses are not being given anymore. They can also increase the multiples that your business value is worth. Residual income, this is the big one. This is what really gets me going. So if I know that there's predictable income coming into the business, that can really drive the value up of a business and what I'm prepared to pay for a business. Let's give ourselves a little working example of this. Say you've got a restaurant, turns £1 million, makes £250,000 profit. On the face of it, good business. But actually, what about if you've got an insurance brokerage that's had clients for the last 20 years, only turns earns £500,000 and only makes £100,000 worth of profit, I actually value that business more than the restaurant business because I know that's residual income with clients that have been paying year on year on year, and I haven't got to worry about a new restaurant opening up in the town. Next, brand. Obviously, brand is a fantastic thing that people are prepared to pay for. When I bought the Rossi Ice Cream Company, I was valuing the brand more than anything else because I knew the brand was nearly 100 years old and tens of thousands, multiple generations knew about it. I saw huge value in that, and I thought, well, I can build on that brand, bring it back to life. It was a sleeping giant, and I was prepared to pay actually for a loss-making business there. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. It was the most I've ever paid for a business because I really bought into that brand because I knew whatever I was paying for it, I couldn't do that unless I was going to spend millions on building a brand. So I saw value in the brand there, not key man. This is really essential for me. I don't want to buy key person, key man, key woman driven businesses where there's an entrepreneur that's in the business that's making it all happen. There's an ego making the business happen. Now, whilst that's fine in the early years, when you're building a business, the whole thing that you should be doing is building it up to sack yourself from every role so the business no longer needs you. So you're building a commercially profitable enterprise that works without you in it. If it's key person driven, that person's making all the magic happen, I immediately decrease the value to near enough zero. So you want to make sure you're out of the business. If you're in it, that decreases the value. Good margins. I would pay a premium for a business that's got great margins. Rossi Ice Cream, again, we had brand, we had good margins. I didn't see it as key man, so I valued the business on that, even though it was loss-making. Next, great systems and processes. I want to make sure there's good systems and processes in a business. That's why people buy into franchise. £2.5 million, I think, to set up a McDonald's franchise. You're selling burgers and fries. Anyone can make burgers and fries, but people are paying a premium just on a franchise level here to buy into systems and processes. So good systems and processes documented with an operational diary, brand guidelines, all of that stuff can massively increase the value of a business. Do you know what? That's cheap to do. It just needs someone to write it down. Don't have it in your head, have it documented. Next, management team. When Facebook go and buy WhatsApp and Instagram, businesses that are not actually even generating any income and are prepared to pay billions of dollars for it, they're buying into the programmers and the management team that have made that business happen. So management team is a real crucial thing for me. In fact, out of everything, who's the people managing the day-to-day of the business is what really makes me want to buy it. Now, Rossi Ice Cream, I didn't know how to buy Rossi Ice Cream, but there was a good production team. I bought into that production team. If you can make your customers stick, and I don't mean cover them in glue, I mean really loyal to you, like raving fans of a football club, then you're on to something really good. Now, when I think about Rossi, that's what I massively bought into here. 100-year-old brand, it was multi-generational. There were people, literally, there are people that were asking for Rossi on their deathbed. This is a true story, I'm not making this up. Like they wanted, you know, they was in their hospice, and they're coming to the end of life, and they said, what's one thing you'd like to eat before you go? And they say Rossi Ice Cream. That is super powerful, it makes people really sticky. People have birthday cakes made with the Rossi logo on. That's how loyal they are to it. I massively bought into that, like I'm loyal to it. That's really sticky customers. But actually, let's look at it in a different way. People are very sticky and loyal to their bank, their accountants, their solicitors, the school that they send their children to, their day nursery. They're very loyal to these types of businesses. Therefore, they get an increased value, like dentists, like really, really powerful stuff. So if you can make your customers really sticky to your brand, you're going to increase the value of your business. Next, contracts. My God, mamma mia, this is a one. What about this, right? You supply your customers and you've been supplying them for 5 years. What could you do to get them into a contract to make them even more loyal to you? So maybe you do washroom services and people have been buying from you for 5 years. You go to them and say, look, we can decrease the prices for 3% for you and we'll fix them for the next 5 years as long as we go into contract with each other. So we're giving you a bit of a saving, but you're staying with us for 5 years. If you get contracts in your business, and there's loads of businesses that are already doing this stuff, it's just a matter of asking your customers. When you've got the contracts, when you come to sell your business, you can say, look, not only have we got a good customer database, they're also guaranteed to buy from us for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Huge increase in value in the business. Most people could do that, but they don't just do it. And that's why I call it a mamma mia moment. Next, IP. Software that you've created, or you've got a particular system and process that's unique to you that the market wants to buy into. This is especially happened with fintech companies, that's financial technology companies, software as a service companies. If you can create that IP that people really want to buy into, then people will pay for it. And that's similar to systems and processes, but IP is where you've actually got it trademarked to your business. Right, let's have a quick look at how I would value my business. Now, I said that most businesses are valued at 3.5 times, but if you get your profits past sort of million, 2 million, you're going to get into a different level of buyer that's going to play a much bigger multiple. If you're a leisure group or a pub group and you buy 10 pubs that are making 2 million profit and you already own 100 pubs, it's actually easier to buy in those pubs, build a bigger group and buy in that profit. That's what these big companies do. They call it arbitrage, and then they look to go and sell it on to another bigger company, and they can pay 8 times and sell it for 13 times. That's the mindset that really grows your business. So scaling a business bigger and then looking to buy other companies and folding them up is how these companies just buy in the turnover, buy in the profitability, looking to sell it to, say, a pension fund for a bigger multiple. That's been going on for years, arbitrage. How do I value my business? It's a question that I've been asking myself all the time. Now, someone has valued my day nursery business and they've offered me £12 million for it. I've had another group offer me 8 million for it. So I'm getting much bigger multiples than the 1.2 million profit that our day nursery business makes. It's getting that business up to that next level, making sure you've got leases and property in place, that you've got your residual income, good margins, it's not key man, it's got a great brand, brilliant management team, customers are sticky. And that's what I did in my business, my leisure business. Yeah, I had good leases. I started owning the freeholds to increase the value of them. I put in a great management team, but it's a leisure business. No one's loyal to a leisure business. If a new theme park opens up or a new restaurant, new bar, people want to go and change it and go and check it and see what it's like. So I've bolted my businesses to put all these things together. And I genuinely think right now, with our revenues, with our turnover, I could go and sell my business for at least £15 million. And I started it with very little capital, just hard work, determination to take it to the next level. Make sure you subscribe, massage the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye-bye.